Hello everyone, I am Shefali Thakur from MBG Corporate Services. Today we wish to learn all about government norms with respect to bringing investment into India. We all know that norms of FDI are different for different countries. Let us have a clarity over it from our resident expert, Mr. Luv Malhotra, who is associate partner with MBG. Hello, Mr. Malhotra, how are you, sir?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
So today I have a question for you. The first question is, we all know India is fastest growing and aims to become a 5 million trillion economy. Our government is taking number of steps to ease out procedural formalities. Over the years, government is also opening up various sectors for receiving FDI. Among all this, one question comes to mind is there any restriction, prohibition on receiving FDI?
Yes, uh, foreign investment in India can be received under automatic route, which is a free route, and also under approval route, which is a restricted route. Now, as far as foreign investment coming under the sectors which falls under automatic route, no approval as such is required from any of the regulator in India. However, if the investment is coming from sectors where the approval is restricted, of course, prior approval from DPIIT, which is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, is required.
Okay. Still a little bit confused because, as per my understanding, there is already a government norm requiring government approval for investment in certain sectors such pharma sector, print media, bank, etc. Right? So, if that is the case, how is it different from requirement of approval to the proposal sought by countries sharing land borders with India?
Shivali, it's a very interesting question, but the answer is very simple. The procedural formalities for both the government approval are actually same. So what I mean by this is, when you are applying for a investment proposal, wherein the investment falls under sectors which requires prior approval, you need to apply to DPIT, which is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. And if an investment is coming from countries which shares land borders with India, you need to apply to the same authority, and the methodology and procedure formalities are exactly same. Which means that in case if an investment is coming from a country which shares land borders with India, and it also falls under the sector which requires prior government approval, so it doesn't mean that two separate approvals will be required. One single application seeking approval to the same authority for both the approvals would be sufficient.
Okay. And does it have any connect with recent security clearance requirement from Ministry of Home Affairs, or is it Ministry of Corporate Affairs?
Uh, Last year, sometime in June 2022, there was a formal notification issued from Ministry of Corporate Affairs stating that any individual national who belong to a country which shares land borders with India intends to become a director on the board of Indian company.
Okay.
A prior security clearance rather than approval from Ministry of Home Affairs is required.
Okay.
Now, this resulted in a lot of conversations among the stakeholders in the public at large, that what is the process defined, is there any specific process formalities regarding that. So keeping that in mind, very recently government of India has set up a dedicated portal.
Okay.
So basically it's a joint effort of Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Ministry of Home Affairs, wherein a dedicated portal has been established which clearly defines what the process is, what the procedural formalities are. So the process is actually very well defined.
Okay. The last question is, how has been the progress of Government of India giving approvals to the proposals sought by countries sharing land borders with India?
See, Shifali, honestly speaking, the progress has actually been very good. In recent past, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which is the ministry for this Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, actually has given a lot of approvals. See, we need to understand that any country like India who wishes to have investment from foreign sources would just want one thing, that any investment proposal should have a that aspect that it could result in boosting the Indian economy as a whole.
Okay.
So factors like generating employment opportunities for youth or overall Indian population could result in, of course, ultimately boosting the Indian economy. So any such proposal is bound to be approved.
Yes.
And honestly speaking, as per print media news, as many as 80 proposals has already been approved by the ministry.
Oh,
So the progress actually is very, very good.
thank you so much, Mr. Malhotra. Thanks for your time, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.